Here's the example number 2. I like this one, but that's just because I like dogs. But Brian agrees to watch his neighbor's dogs for 7 days. His neighbors provided a 128-ounce bag of dog food. Does Brian have enough food to feed the dogs all 7 days? So you got a little Buster here, licking his chops. He eats 20.5 ounces in 2 days. And then you got little Roxy there, and she, not sure what Roxy is, 22.5 ounces in 3 days. I guess I really didn't know what Buster was either. So multiple ways you can do this to try to figure out your 7 days. For Buster, you could be like 2 days plus 2 days plus 2. And then let's do half of that for the 1 day count. And then you can do the same thing with Roxy, 3 days plus 3 days. And then let's divide that amount by 3 and add 1 more day to it. Or we can kind of do what we did in the previous thing. We were finding how much money they earn per hour. Well, what can we figure out here? How many ounces they get per day. So if we found the amount of ounces per day and then just multiply that by 7, we'll know. Okay, so throwing a couple different ways out there. Let's attack the ounces per day. So really quick, you've got 20.5 ounces per day, but we want to figure out what is he eat in 1 day. So what did we do to 2 to get to 1? We divided by 2. What are we going to do to 20.5? We're going to divide it by 2. So when we divide by 2, you get 10.25. And then we're going to look over here and say Roxy. Roxy is 22.5 every 3 days. So we want to set that equal to a 1 day record or rate. 3 divided by 3 gets us 1. So 22.5 divided by 3 gets us what? What do y'all think? It's a little bit more challenging than splitting something in half, but we're looking at a multiple of 3 here. So we're asking ourselves, what times 3 gets me 22.5 is another way to look at it. Well, I know 7 would give me 21. And then off of 21, I would need to have another 1.5 to get to 22.5, right? So 3 times what gets me 0.5? So it would be 7.5. And that extra half will give me the 0.5. The 7 will give me the 21. When I add those together, I get 22.5. That's one way to do it. If you didn't see that, then you're just doing the long division. 22.5 divided by 3. And you're just setting it up and doing your long division. And when you do your long division, you will get 7.5. But we haven't even answered the question. They didn't ask us what's the rate. They asked, is 178 ounces enough food? Well, we're feeding both dogs every day, hopefully. So we're going to do 10.25 plus 7.5. That's how much food we need to provide every day. And we're going to turn that into 7 days a week. So we're going to take this times 7. So we're going to take this answer and multiply it by 7. So first, you ought to find that answer out, right? So we've got to find out 10.25 plus 7.5 equals 1775. And then we're going to take 1775 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus that 3 is 52. 7 times 7, 49, plus the 5. Whoops, that's a 4. We get 54. And then 7 times 1 is 7, plus the 5, you get 12. We're going to move the decimal 2 spaces. 124.25 is what they have. A 128-pound bag will be enough.